What's up guys, welcome to Kings RC, and this is the Spektrum DX5 Rugged, and was it worth it? Stay tuned and find out. So guys, it's been 1 year since I've been using this controller, and I would have to say it's good and bad at the same time. A few good things about it is it actually is pretty rugged. Now I have my little boy Elijah, he uses this as well, and you know what kids are like with things. He drops it, he just throws it, stuff like that. It's been alright. Having the rubber framing part here just stops the impact, and yeah, he hasn't broken it yet. But they say that this is water resistant, and the one thing that I didn't like about it is I went out on a trail once with my crawler and it started to rain. Now, having this touchscreen pad on here, what's happened is when it started raining, the water was sitting on top of this, and I had my phone on top, my GoPro on top here, and I was trying to record my crawlers, and the water sitting on the actual touchscreen part here was basically activating and clicking the buttons. So as I was walking along crawling, this thing was just vibrating because, you know, it's got the vibrate. When you press the buttons, it vibrates, and that's all you could hear in my footage. And also, it was completely annoying, like hearing it just going zzz, zzz all the time, because the water would just be sitting there. And also, the bit of water must have gotten in here, like in the button right there, because for some reason my trim was just going right, so my wheel was just turning right the whole time, and I had to compensate for it. Once it stopped raining, I wiped everything down, and I had to actually reset my this button to the trim button here to function on the button underneath, and you know, that kind of saved the day a little bit. And I thought it would be, you know, for this being advertised as water resistant and all that, it'd be alright getting a little bit wet. They've got a picture of it in the mud, and yeah, I thought that's pretty cool. I want something rugged, and yeah, with the water and a bit of rain splashing on it, whatever, it's not good for it. So that was kind of a bit of a letdown there. Another con I've got with this controller is the actual rubber shield bit here. It just comes off, and you gotta press that in all the time because it just pops out. And another thing is this little hook here. This has been replaced. The first one, I had this hanging basically just like that, and when I got back to it, it started to tear the rubber bit right there. And this is a replacement. This is not the original, and this feels a lot more stiffer than the original one that came with it out the box, but that one there is already starting to tear. Now I don't know why they put a rubber piece there. They should have just put something like this, like molded into the actual part there. But yeah, that was kind of really disappointing. That's yeah. I mean, for 350 bucks, pretty sure I paid, yeah, about 350 bucks, 300 bucks for this. Yeah, that's kind of pretty crap. One feature it has is this little compartment here. You can put the wheel spanner there, and yeah, to be honest, I've never used it. I've never put anything in there, and I hardly use it. I mean, it's great to have. It is handy if you want to stash some things in there, but I don't really use it. I haven't had a reason to use it. Now, with features, if you haven't seen my other video, check it out. Features wise, it's pretty good. I mean, you know, being able to program your controller to the buttons. If you want that channel 3 or channel 4, or you want to connect a servo, or you want to connect lights or something, that's great. You can choose any buttons you want. and that's been really great. I find that very, very useful. Just the programmability of this controller is very useful, and so far with performance, I've been very happy with it. I haven't noticed any time where it cuts off from range. You know, with my cars when I go bashing and that, you know, I don't like to take my car out super far where I can barely see it, and so far range has been enough for me. This bar is super handy because sometimes when you go to carry it and say I don't have my lanyard attached to it and I've got a few things to carry, you know, you just hook it up like that on your finger and bring your car. Yeah, it's been good. Like, it's a nice little handle here. I've seen people take it off, but I think it's nice to have this extra handle on this. So basically I've got most of my cars connected to this, and going from one car to the other is pretty easy. The actual touchpad here has been pretty responsive. One thing I did notice is after a while, you know, you always bumping this and that. The actual vibrating thing that's in here, when you press the button, it's starting to go a little bit funny. Like before, it had like a nice vibrate where kind of similar to your phone, whereas now it's almost like it's about to break. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but it sounds rattly, like the vibrate. It's not like a nice like zzz, like the way it used to be, and now it's just like rattling. It must be loose. The little motor thing must be loose inside. I don't know, but I haven't really dropped this hard. Like, I haven't dropped it like waist high or anything. It's just kind of when you put it down and it falls over. That's pretty much the worst it's kind of been. Apart from that, I haven't had any major accidents with this controller. Guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. One of my favorite things on this is just the way it's shaped. Having no antenna, like especially like this one here, it's super annoying having this antenna. Having no antenna on this is like really, really cool. Like, you don't have to worry about it getting caught when you put it in your bag. You know, you don't have to worry about it bending or breaking. It's all internal inside the unit. And that way, having nothing on here, I got to mount this GoPro mount here, which obviously for the GoPro, and also you can mount one of these phone mounts with the GoPro mount attachment at the bottom. So you put it in there and you can put your phone in, and yeah, filming your cars and that, it's pretty good. Huh? You want to ride your own truck? Yeah. Okay. Go. Huh? Okay. No, you go ride it then. Okay. So yeah, that's just a bonus to have it like this. You know, you can get some files, you can 3D print mounts on here, but I've literally just hot glued this GoPro mount straight on the top. So overall, guys, my own personal experience with this, I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, it's not perfect having to deal with all these coming off, and yeah, it's performed pretty much, you know, with the signal on that. It's been pretty good for the whole year I've got it. I haven't had any issues, no blackouts, no nothing. So one question is, if this thing breaks, would I buy it again? I probably have no choice, because most of my cars I've already bought the receivers to connect to this. So most of my cars are connected to this one controller, as that's what my original plan was, to connect it to one controller, so I don't have so many of these. Don't have to carry so many different controllers when I go out for a bash and bring multiple cars. And yeah, I've kind of got no choice. I've got to stick with that unless I go to sell every single receiver that I've bought. And yeah, I probably won't get my money back, and it's probably not worth it. So if this does break, with the amount of money I've spent on receivers, I'll probably have to buy another one of these. If you just got the one car, there's nothing completely wrong with the radio you get ready to run. This is more like if you got multiple cars. So basically, guys, I use this controller for drifting, crawling, bashing, and also my boat up there. So when I go out crawling, it's really handy because you got the little thumb steer here. And yeah, I don't think I can live without this little thumb steer going out crawling. This is really, really good. A lot of people would 3D print parts for this, but yeah, this one's got it. So yeah, that's been very handy. I always use it all the time. Even sometimes when I go bashing, I use it like this when I'm filming, because you can like reach it with your thumb. Now with the boats, yeah, like as long as you don't get the actual touchpad here wet, it's not too bad. Now when you go bashing, you get cars going past like really fast, and when you go to put your controller down, you got to fix something in your car. I don't really get that paranoid of it getting run over, because yeah, it's got like the padding and stuff like that. And now guys, if you're planning to get just the one controller to control your cars, make sure you go out to the store and actually get to know it before you buy it. And the reason why I say that is you're going to start buying a lot of receivers for, you know, however many cars you have, and yeah, that's a lot of money, and you're going to be stuck with that controller. So yeah, go out to the hobby shop, borrow mates, you know, get to know it, find out if you like it or not, and then after that, then that's when you commit and just get a whole heap of receivers for your cars. So guys, after 1 year, I'm pretty happy with it. It's not too bad. It's not the best, it's not the worst. It's still going strong. As long as it doesn't break, I'll be happy. And yeah, I hope this video will help you out if you're out to get one of these. And make sure to hit that like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next video.